Hey guys, we're back with another episode of Tacoimposters for Sunday, February 23rd, 2025. I cannot believe it's 2025 already, but hey, if this stops, I'll have to make some room on my phone because I'm using my phone this time. And I'm going to figure out how to. Well, I'm going to have to get some more space on my phone to. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to record for. I don't know if it's going to be the whole 45 minutes, but we'll see. But yeah, I was just thinking about a whole bunch of things. Like, I was thinking about all the things as a kid that I did that I got into because somebody else was into it. Like, I didn't really think too much of it, but for me it was like, well, wait a sec, did I like anything as a kid, or did I like it only because somebody else liked it, right? Like, one thing, I'm thinking of all these things, whether it was let's go with like, pop culture franchises, right? So you got Star Wars, Harry Potter, what else, you know then you had the three video games, the popular video games like Pokemon, Zelda, Mario. Then you had the other stuff like what else was stuff? The superhero stuff like the Batman, Superman, Spider Man's, the Ninja Turtles, the Power Rangers, the yeah. I mean, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I can like tell you. I did not care almost anything for because unless somebody else liked it. Like, I was like, I didn't get into any of this, which is weird when you think about it because I'm like, well, I didn't like anything. I'm like, well, no, there's some things I liked. I like Nerf. I did. I knew for a fact that I liked Nerf. I just didn't. I don't know. Like, again, that was another thing that my brother also liked. So I don't know. I'm still like, well, no, that I remember I liked myself because I got the toys and I got the guns and I love that stuff. Trains, I wasn't really super into. Like, I wasn't super into any of it. Like I definitely wouldn't have done any of it. Like, my best friend as a kid, one best friend was like a Star Wars, or sorry, not Star Wars, Star Trek, only for a brief period of time, so I wasn't very super into it. But it was Star Trek. It was Ninja Turtles and Power Rangers and superheroes, like DC superheroes. Like, he like knew everything about like these random DC superheroes, and I'm like, look, man, I don't really care. Not that I'm saying it's a terrible thing, but just I don't really care. So for me, at least, it was like whatever. I was okay, and I liked it, and I like Batman. But my favorite Robin is Dick Grayson. Dick Gray. No, what's his name? Dick Grayson? Or Dick Gray? No. What's the one for the one from the '66 Batman? His name is Dick Grayson, isn't it? Dick Grayson, yeah. Dick Grayson, yeah. I believe it's Dick Grayson anyway. If I get that wrong, oh well. Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, Lego I liked. I remember that. I liked Lego as a kid. But did I like anything else? Like anything really? I don't know. So that was the one best friend. And the other best friend loved old cars, old movies, old TV shows. It had to be old. It had to be before like modern day. Although he would go see some modern movies. Like, I remember one of my favorite movies I've ever seen, and it's still up there in like my top 10, is Pirates Band of the Misfits, which we did see in theaters for his birthday. After going to a car dealership that sold old cars, and I remember sitting in a 65 and a 67. Um, what's it called? What's it called? Oh my gosh. Mustang, Ford Mustang, and then sitting in a like I think it was either 2011 or 2012. What is that thing called? Impala, Chevy, not Impala. Well, I may have said an Impala too, but not that Altima, Nissan Altima. Yeah, I remember. And I don't know. I liked it. It was fine. I mean, like, I remember Harry Potter was definitely my brother's thing. Like, I just got into it, whatever. And Star Wars I liked, but I didn't really care too much for it. I was just kind of like, okay, cool, it's whatever. Like, I'm looking at a CNET right now, right? I got now. Don't see why I had gotten it, but I got a CNET. I think it's because my mother. Okay, because I think the thing was that my mother had gotten she went across Canada on a train with my father and my father, her father, my grandfather. They went on a train trip, right? And so they were away, and so my birthday came first, and she came back before my brother's birthday. So, but I don't know why he didn't give it to him. Why did he give it to me? I got a Seen It Harry Potter edition. Why? Good golly, Miss Molly, I have no idea. I have a Seen It movie edition. I love it. That's fun. Seen It is a good set of movie things, but it's kind of a dead thing because you can't really do it anymore because nobody has a DVD player anymore. So, like, it's not a thing people can do. There's ways of doing it, I'm sure. It's like online, whatever, but I don't know. I don't know. Anyway. God dang it. But yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I'm sitting on something that's really hurting me. But yeah. So I'm just thinking, do I like anything at all in any way, shape, or form, or was it just kind of nothing? Right? I don't really know. Right? I don't really know. So anyway, to me it was just very much like, did I like anything as a kid? I'm thinking about the back to the books because I was also thinking about the books I used to read as a kid, and a lot of them were told to me because some other friend liked them, or because some other friend read them, or because somebody else showed them to me from a book club. Like I remember trying to do a Harry Potter book club, and it never happened. Well, we had a Harry Potter club at my pool, right? Well, because I went from one pool, and then I didn't go to the pool for I don't know, maybe a year, and then or maybe like one summer or something, right? Yeah, one summer. I think it was one summer I didn't really go to the pool, and then I went to a different pool because my friend was at the other pool, and all of my other friends they just up and left. I don't care any of them. But anyway, so yeah, and for me at least, I remember that like it was like a Harry Potter club that my best friend's dad tried to set up, and my best friend's mom, wanted like a book club because he wanted it's you gotta learn, you gotta read, you gotta. It's like nothing happening. Sorry, man. I remember my brother being like, "That's not how this works." To the guy, right? To the father, like, "That's not how this works. That's not how this works. That's not Harry Potter. That's not the theme song Harry Potter. That's not this. That's not that. That's not how you play Quidditch. That's not how you do this. That's not how the Sorting Hat works. That's not how this. That's not how that." And so I'm like, "Okay, this is just weird. Okay, like, come on, man. You really gotta like get get the facts straight, man. You wanna start a Harry Potter club. You've got to know what you're talking about. Not to say that you couldn't have one, just you gotta know your facts. Or at least come to me when you do this. I don't know. I know more than you do. And there was a kid in the club didn't say anything, but it's like, what? I don't know. Anyway. In my opinion, what is this? Ah, okay. Yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so that was that one, right? So Harry Potter, yeah. There was a bunch of other books I used to read, and they're all brought to me because of that. But anyway, yeah. They tried so hard and got nowhere with it, really. We played a game of Quidditch. We had like a Sorting Hat day or something. Oh, that was also back when Pottermore was an actual website that you could play games with, and you had like a real Sorting Hat quiz, and you got a wand, and you got a pet, and you basically did everything they did in Harry Potter, the beginning of Harry Potter, the first movie. It was such a like actually fun thing to do. Now it's just like a Wikipedia for Harry Potter information, which is fine. That's what it was originally too. There was like a section for all that stuff, but they actually had like house cup and like a whole bunch of things and like won the house cup, and it was like a whole thing you did. It was like you got actual games. It was great. It was so much fun. I got Hufflepuff, and my best friend got Hufflepuff, and my best friend's friend from the pool, who turned out to be a little bum. He was an inappropriate kid, and was like bad influence. Although, my best friend's parents thought that I was some sort of like super great influence on this kid, and then on my best friend, right? And what actually ended up happening was, I'm sorry, but like I was the guy who caused all his problems. I was the guy who made him an inappropriate mess of a kid. You know? It was like, what? Like, yes. Not joking, yes. That's 100% true. Like, what? Yeah, no. It was. Yeah, it was. I'm just like, whoa. Okay. They thought... The father said to me once, you're his, Jiminy Cricket. And I'm like, excuse me? What do you mean by that? I'm his Jiminy Cricket. Jiminy Cricket, my aunt for Tootie. But anyway. So, yeah. That was like one of those things. Anyway. What are we even talking about that for? Anyway, yeah, so. Whatever. I mean, look. So that one, right? That book series. There's a couple other book series that I used to read. Like, Harry Potter was definitely not something I liked. I mean, it was fine. Tried it for one summer. Didn't really do anything, so. Yeah. I mean, that pool was fun. I mean, that pool was very much like a lamer version of. Whoopsies. A lamer version of the other pool. I did basically the same things, just lamer. I don't know how to explain. Ah! I'm trying to. Things keep falling here. Yeah, because we had a whole bunch of like fun stuff we used to do at the old pool. My old pool was a fun place to be, man. We had all these games and activities and things to do. We did like swimathons, and we did like a pig roast. We did a spaghetti night. We did bingo. Oh, bingo was the best. I don't know why. Even though I never really played bingo. Oh, the rivalries we had with some of the other pools when we did swim meets were the greatest thing ever. Oh my god. Gosh, I mean sorry. They were so good. Oh my word. I had so much fun at that place until my friends turned into absolute utter a-holes. Full on a-holes. I'm like, wow. I thought we were friends. No, I'm an a-hole. Oh, fine. You suck. And then they just pass and they come to whatever. I never saw them throughout the year. Never did. I didn't go to the same school as them, so I didn't really see them ever again. So throughout the year, and so we kind of were summer friends. That make And so yeah. Anyway, but man, that pool. And then you get to the other pool, and the second pool was my best friend, and I was just like, yeah, this is just kind of whatever. It is. It was just kind of meh. Not to say that it's horrible. Just it was just a like smaller version of it, like a cheaper, crappier version of it. Not saying it was bad, but whatever. Oh, a pie in the face because you would like bid on a pie to pie a lifeguard. Oh my god, I had so much fun at that pool. The first pool. Oh my god. The second pool, it was okay. It was what it was. Yeah, I didn't really care too much. It was good. My best friend was there, so I had some fun. Okay, you want to know the strangest story? Don't ask me what the heck anybody was thinking. I thought it was the weirdest thing even then. I didn't think it was too bad, but it was weird. And it was basically okay. One of the people, okay. Oh, okay, cool. One of the people, okay. One of the kids had a fake wedding with one of the lifeguards. So one of the males had a fake wedding with a female, one lifeguard. I have the videos somewhere. No, I know there. I have the videos, and they're just like the most bizarre. Like, what? Hey, wait. Okay, anyway. And I'm just like, this is the most bizarre thing ever. What is this? It had like a fake wedding, and it was like a whole thing. I have no idea why. Oh, look what I found. I just found Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original on PS2. Like the second one. Oh, nice. Oh, that's cool. Anyway, so yeah. So for me, I was just like, this is weird. I don't know why that was a thing. What happened there? I don't know. I was on the wedding party, apparently. I was a groomsman. Me and my friend were groomsmen. Remember he walked up, or he was like, we were getting ready in the bathroom or something, and he says to me, or he turns to us and goes, hey, if you don't have a tie, you're not coming in the wedding. And I'm like, and for some reason I was like, even though I thought it was weird, I was like, no, please, no, Eric, please. My best friend, right? My best friend at the time, right? Was like, please find me, no, please find me a tie. And he's like, I think I have a tie. And he runs, because he lived like literally walking distance to the pool, and I did not. So I could not go home and get a tie. But my friend could, right? So I was like, so run. Like, he's like, fast, just book it. And so he runs as fast as he could home, and he's like, I found a clip-on tie. And I'm like, oh, yes, give me, amazing. And I just clip it on and go. It's fantastic. Like, I don't even know why. Oh my god, it was weird. And that kid who did the marriage, wedding, whatever, was a kid who knew like everything about Harry Potter, just about as much as my brother, if not more. So. My brother read Harry Potter, I'm not joking, like 20 to 30 times. I'm not even, the whole series. I'm not joking. Because his best friend, okay, had read it, right, multiple times. And he's like, I'm going to beat your record. And he was like, very much like, I'm going to beat your record. I was like, okay, great. Cool. I was like, yeah, I'm going to beat your record. It's gonna be great. And I think he read it like 7 to 10 times, right? And so for my brother, he was just like, hey, whatever, right? I don't really care. It is what it is. Who cares? Whatever. Blah, 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 yada, yada. And then he beat it, and he was like, okay, let me keep going, right? And then he kept going. And then he did it like 2-3 times as much as the other guy did. Anyway. But yeah. Yeah, that was that. So, I don't know what the heck that was all about. That pool was strange. Because there were some a-holes at that pool, and some people who just were bums, and I didn't like those people, but anyway. at that pool too, the second pool. But I mean, and I didn't really have any kind of like connection to that pool. Like, let's win, let's beat it. Like, let me get good. No, because what happened was, well, because the strange thing to me was, because the best thing I ever got was I got 8th place in a relay race in 8 and unders at my first pool. The second pool, if you wanted to go to, because that was for like the big summer meet, right? And so, oh no, sorry, it's just a big, I think it was regionals. And so it's like, so the region of Quebec would have had like every pool from Quebec go to this thing in the summer, not winter, so summer, because there was winter swimming too that people did. Then that was like an actual like NCAA regulated thing that was like separate from the NCAA. Is it NCAA? I don't know. The National Swimming guys. NWAA? I don't know. Whatever the National Swimming Association. Whatever that one called. And so for there was a summer version that they had, and they had a winter version, right? And the winter version was like if you were training to go to the Olympics, like you could take that and go to the Olympics. The summer one was just kind of like summer, cool. Now, so at the first pool, it was just, hey, you can just go to the time trials, and if you got good times, they would, get you into that would get you into the winter. That would get you into the big meet. They call it the big meet, right? The second pool was like, no, you need to have like been invited, like you have to like be approved or be whatever. Like they have to actually like allow you to go there. Like they have to like, I don't know how to explain it. They have to like, you have to be invited, or you have to be like, whatever. I'm like, what? But that's the whole point of the time trials. It's to see if you're good enough to go to the big meet. And they're like, no. I'm like, what is this crap? You know what the problem was? The thing was that we were always really terrible. We were either the best in C or the worst in B for the first pool. But the second pool we went to, we were either the best in B or like low A. Or best in C, yeah, B or low A. And so at the second pool, they really took their stuff seriously. Although they weren't really great, but they took their stuff seriously. They had some amazing swimmers. They had one of the best swimmers in Quebec. My friend, I knew a friend who was one of the best swimmers in Quebec. It kind of blew my mind, and I was like, oh my gosh. I remember that year, because we had something called the awards night, right? And at my first pool, I got nothing really like substantial. I got real trophies, like physical, like hard metal trophies, like actual trophies for things like most dedicated swimmer, most improved swimmer. I got 8th place in the relay, like I said. But the second pool, I got like nothing. I got a participation ribbon, and I got like a medal or something. Because that was the other thing. I was the era of participation medals for everything, or a trophy for everything. You existed in, like, you showed up once to this thing, and if you then showed up to the end, like last day or whatever, they gave us the ceremony, they would just give you a thing, a trophy or a medal or a ribbon. I'm like, oh, participation ribbon. I was part of that generation. I was right at the end of that generation of just give every single person some sort of participation ribbon, because, good job, little Johnny, hello Timmy, hey Sarah, whatever, you get a good. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, good Lord. Now I think back and I'm like, cool memories, but they mean nothing, because they were not anything that was significant to anything. They weren't awards because we won big things. They weren't awards because whatever. They weren't ribbons or medals or trophies. No, it was because I just was there. Anyway, second one, I got basically nothing. I got a participation trophy ribbon because I was in that generation, right at the end of that generation of let's give every single kid and their mother just everybody. And so my friend was like peeved off, right? Because he was peeved off that he wanted to win something, right? And that was a year that he had gotten, like, he had really, like, applied himself, because he was not very very applied, and he didn't really care, but he wasn't very good at most of the stuff right there. But that was also the same summer that we had done. Now, look, I look back now, even then, I kind of like, this is weird, but I look back at it and go, okay, look, we were doing a lip sync competition, right? And he created a whole skit based on the mascot of the pool, like, and he was like, let's do this whole thing, and I was in it, and his sister was in it, and The friend who had the weird like marriage was in it, and I was like, cool, great, this is whatever. I liked the skit. I thought the skit was good, but we didn't win any prize, first or second or third. Oh no, I think we won like third prize. We didn't win first. We're like, but he was so angry, so pissed off, peeved off. He was like, holy crap, why didn't we win? What the frickin' frick? This is so stupid. We were obviously clearly better. And I figured out and he figured out why. And two was like, well, come on. Like, we didn't lip sync. We did something different. Well, yeah. I'm like, calm down. We didn't know what the assignment. We didn't follow the assignment. The assignment was not to do a skit. You know, it wasn't a talent show. It was a lip sync competition. Anyway, the person who won was some like 6-7-year-old girl who was like, you know, she won because she was like a cute little. She got third place, right? She got third place. We got second place, and then the kiss ass people won first place. They won first place, and he knew that. He like knew that. He's like, my best friend at the time was like, I am not going to kiss any bums. I'm not going to kiss any butts here. I'm not kissing butt. And because he was going to do it by being better than everybody else. Nothing he won. He did not win first place. He was so mad. He was like just infuriating. It was infuriating to him. He's like, oh my god, how did I not win? We were so much clearly better. He's like, well, because people kiss their butts. Kiss the lifeguards' butts. Lifeguards who were the judges' butts. And I'm like, what are you going to do? He did not want to kiss butt. He knew that. He even realized at the time. He's like, ugh. So that was the same summer. And so that summer he didn't win. So he's kind of mad at that. And then at the, what's it called? At the award ceremony, he was so mad. He won like nothing, right? Because every single time something would come up, he'd be like, am I going to win this? Am I going to win? Because you got this all the time. I experience it all the time, right? I experienced the whole thing of, it sounds like it's you, and then it's some other guy. Like, oh, you know, they start describing the person who's going to win. The person did this, and you're like, oh, I did that. Hey, you did that to me. Hey, whoa, I'm going to win something. Oh my gosh, it's amazing. And then just, oh, that's not me. That's somebody else. Oh, poopy. And you'd get really, like, bummed. You'd be like, oh, well, I thought it, well, come on. Oh, I thought it was me. No, it wasn't. But I don't know if you thinking that, because it probably wasn't. But he just kept thinking, in this category, he's like, am I going to win? Am I going to win? Am I going to win? I don't know why he didn't get most dedicated swimmer. I don't know. He was there every single day. That year, the summer, he was like, really, and he didn't even get most improved either. So he's like peeved off so bad. He's like so mad. He's like ridiculously mad. He's like, oh my gosh, kill me now. So mad. He's like, I'm so mad. And then at the end, they get to the award where it was like something like most dedicated family or something, or like something like that. And it's this really big trophy where people get their names on it, and they have to give it back every year because you put a new name on it, right? And so, like his family gets called, like, oh, and it's the family. It's like, it's this family, and he's like, oh. He like goes up. The whole like the family goes up to get their award, and he like grabs the award, holds it up, and was like, "Look what I accomplished." And it's like, dude, you didn't accomplish any of this. Calm your self, bro. Calm down. You didn't accomplish anything. This is your family. This is your family being there. I think it was like most dedicated family or something like that. He's like, "Look what I got." Nice big award. Like, yeah, you did nothing. Okay, stop it. This is not you. But anyway, yeah. Okay. How did I get the pools? I don't even know how I got the pools, but yeah. My pool was fun. Oh, look at Pokemon cards, I think. Anyway. But going back to the things that I liked as a kid, I liked Back to the Future. Nobody, I mean, my brother showed me Back to the Future, but I really liked that on my own. So there were things I liked as a kid, and things I whatever, I mean, that was the thing, right? We did so much cool stuff at that first pool, man. We had bingo night. Oh, bingo nights were great because we always won like really really wacky stuff. We won a year of membership there. We won a big like a not inflatable, but we won like a floaty chair that you could. It was like a lawn chair, right? One of those like beach chairs, you know, like and you would like with a cup holder on the side and two plastic things that would like it was floating. It was fun stuff. And you could only use it though once a week. I think it was it Saturdays or Sundays. There was something called rubber ducky where you could bring all your little toys into the pool. That's the only time you're allowed to do that. I remember that, and so yeah. So yeah, I won that. I won lots of Pokemon stuff. I donated Pokemon cards to that. I mean, there's some pretty good stuff. I thought it was pretty good, you know. I went to Beanie Babies. My friend won a scenic game. Somebody won either Super Aqua Club or the other one, the other Calypso, maybe something like that. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty good stuff. I like that stuff. I knew so many people. There was a canteen. I remember the. I think I might have told the story before, either on the podcast or on the stream. So we have a canteen with a guy who works at the canteen, right? And they don't always show up every time, right? Sorry. You don't always show up from the beginning every day, right? Sometimes they show up only at like noon or something, right? After swim team or something, right? So one person would just take a break like every like 20 minutes or something. It was like ridiculous. She was like always never there. Like we would always also end up going to the snack bar whenever she was not there. She was like, well, we would know periodically anyway. And in that snack bar, I worked in the snack bar too as a kid with my mother and my brother. And it's a fine place. I definitely sat there and watched, like I watched a whole bunch of like, it was back when analog TV was still on the air. And so there was something called CBC Kids. And CBC Kids was 88.7. No, 877. 87.7 on the radio. And so it was a radio station primarily. But if you still had we still had analog TV, and it would show the same TV show on, like the same show on TV, or you listen to it on the radio. Or maybe vice versa, actually. It might have been a TV channel that if you just didn't have TV, you could listen to it on the radio. Anyway, I did that. That was fun. And we had blenders, we made smoothies and all. Anyway, beside the point, because the girl was kind of terrible. And then there was a guy who was like pretty good, Ahmed or something, some Muslim name. Because we had so many Arabs. We had literally enough Arabs to make a whole nother. Because we had a game. It was like this game where you propped flutterboards up and make like a pyramid looking, like a triangle looking shape, and you'd have to shoot down the things. So on each side of the pool, there would be flutterboards, and you would just like pop them, right? You'd be like boom, boom, right? And so if you got all the opponent's flutterboards down, you would win. And so you could block it. I think you could also even put up your own flutterboards again. It was a whole game, but I remember one of the guys was like, Arabs versus everybody else. I'm like, wow, okay. Anyway, so this guy was Arab because, everybody in the neighborhood was Arab. We were in a very sketchy neighborhood, too. It was in a very, like, poor neighborhood. And so, yeah, you knew they were all poor. My brother's best friend lived in that neighborhood. And actually, my brother's best friend's sister was my best friend for like 5 years. Hey, surprisingly enough, my best friend for like 5 years was a girl. Go figure. But yeah. And my point I'm trying to get at is that guy was good. So she was kind of terrible. We were, half decent. This Arab guy was good. And then there was another guy who was kind of just meh. And his name was Phil. And I remember that. And I remember the kid that was there. This kid was like, ran on the beat of his own drum. He did whatever the heck he pleased, and he was a weirdo. But we all liked making fun of him because we loved to hate the guy. We also do. We love to like make fun of the guy. I'm not hating necessarily. We like to like make fun of the guy. I mean, like in a loving way where it's like, wow, you're a doofus, you're a dork, like a Milhouse and Bart kind of relationship. Everybody kind of just like, we like you, but we also love making fun of you. Like, we're not really your friend, but we love making fun of you. Anyway, and his name was Kieran. And I remember one day, he's waiting out, he's like right at the gate, right? And he screams out to the crowd, because he wasn't there yet. He screams out into like the street. And he goes, Phil, if you don't get here soon, I'm going to poo on you. I still remember that to this day being like, cause I remember my reaction was just like, what did you just say? Excuse me? And I started laughing as a kid. I'm like, what the heck, Kieran? What the heck did you just say? What the flippity doodah? Holy moly! We had PG lifeguard days. We had birthdays there. Man, my brother got the Jazz Transformer there. I never had my birthday there because it would always start. My birthday was in June. Is June 3rd, and the pool didn't start till July 1st. Or there was like early stuff too, but it was mostly. I believe the official start date was July 1st, and it was the first Wednesday of July. That would be the first swim meet because it was always Wednesday nights. I remember that. Anyway, yeah, I remember that being like, what? Oh, we had Nerf gun battles too. That was fun. That was definitely fun. I love that. Oh man, was that good or what? Oh man. Yeah, like whoa, was I have man, was that fun? I used so much, and then the other pool was just a cheap knockoff. I don't know why. I felt like because everything at the bingo was cheap knockoff. Nobody cared. Whatever. I mean, Frank, we had okay. One of the prizes was a brunch at the Queen Victoria Hotel, Queen Mary Hotel, the hotel that John Lennon stayed at when he came here, and he created the album with "Give Peace a Chance" and "Power to the People" and that whole one that he did after he broke up from the Beatles and he was in the bed with Yoko, because there used to be in the Eaton Center downtown Montreal, there used to be a wax museum, and the wax museum used to have John Lennon and Yoko Ono in a bed. It's representing the bed from, I think it's the Queen Mary Hotel, Queen Victoria Hotel, one of those hotels. Somebody knows. Somebody will tell me about it one day. But yeah, so yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, it was a cheap knockoff. Nobody cared. But anyway, so yeah, that was big stuff they used to win. There were some good prizes. Whereas like the other one was just kind of cheap dollar store crap, which was fine. I mean, some of it was cool because one of them was one of those like mystery boxes you would get full of like cards. I didn't win it, but my friend did, or I knew somebody who did. Actually, not my friend. Actually, now think back. I don't know if he was my friend or not. Those kind of places are kind of places. I remember driving by one of those places like sorry the original the my first pool like I think it was like I think it was 2 years ago, 2 summers ago, and it was okay. I mean, I remember looking back going, oh, they really renovated, they really did a good job. They made the like lifeguards house shack shut hut thing they were in pretty good. They they spruced it up a little bit. I have no idea if any of the people still go there. I know some people don't because I met some new people who went to the other second pool. But I remember just being like, yeah, I remember just, I don't know. I don't know. Do any of those people still, or what are those people doing? Because there's so many of those people who are just, I don't even know if any of these people are, I don't even know if these people are alive, let alone successfully doing anything in life. I have no idea because I don't know where these people went. I don't know. Like, I don't know if there are people who know people. I don't know if I could like contact these people back in any way. I don't know if I ever met some of these other people that I could find somewhere. That could they be? Could they know? Do they know where anybody goes? Like, I'm pretty dang sure, right? I'm pretty dang sure that that I don't know. Pretty dang sure I don't wouldn't be able to tell you anything about these people. Even the second pool, I don't know where any of those people went. Second pool is not as like far removed because I went to last time I went to the other pool was probably like 2010, so like 15 years ago, maybe 11. And the other pool I stopped going to in like 2013, 2014. I was only at the other pool for like maybe 2, 3 years. Yeah. Oh, books. If I books, not box, books. Fine, stupid trends. I'm reading the transcript on my recorder here, on my Pixel 6, and it's transcribing book into box, like books into box. I don't know why, but okay. But anyway, so yeah, if you want good books, because I mean, everybody always asks me, "What's your favorite book? What's a good book to read? What should you read? What should you read? What do you want? What do you read? What should I read?" And I always ask, okay, because I I said this like about 10 years ago, and I say it now too. Okay, what level are you talking? Are you talking young adult? Are you talking adult, young adult, teen, kid, child, like preschooler? What are you like learning to read preschooler? What? If you're talking about, and obviously it was after the Bible, right? Other than the Bible, because I'd have to always preface other than the Bible. What's a good book and what's a good book and what's a good book? Okay, so what I would say to people is, especially even even parents should read to their kids because of the great stuff. It's two books, okay? Narnia, I think is really great. I like Lord of the Rings, but I don't care too much, so I wouldn't recommend it as like something I loved. I know a lot of people would. My brother, my best friend, my current best friend, my brother, even my father likes Lord of the Rings kind of stuff. He's like, yeah, I would. He read it as a kid because it came out around when he was a teenager. So, yeah, because he went to high school because he's born in Italy and came here when he was 9 and went to high school here in Montreal. So he read that in high school. But yeah, so he read The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings, never the Silmarillion, never anything extended. But yeah, yeah, but so I wouldn't do that. So it was two. It was Narnia that I recommend to people, but I also recommend Diary of a Wimpy Kid. My God, did I love? That's something that I got into all pretty much on my own, and I love them. I think they're great, especially read by Ramon de Ocampos. If you listen to the audiobook read by Ramon de Ocampos, oh, so good, like so good. Oh, oh my gosh, dinosaurs was never. I liked dinosaurs. I just didn't get into them or I got into them because of somebody else. But yeah, um, yeah, man, was that a? And then when you hear somebody who you're really, really familiar with in one book read a different book, you're like, whoa, this is weird. But yeah, so yeah, that's something I really recommend. The movies are not great. None of the movies are even that great. None of the 4 movies are that great. There are like 12 books, and there's like 3 movies. I saw I saw the third one in theaters. I did not see any others in theaters. I didn't see the first, second, or fourth. I remember just being like, they're still making those Diamond Kid movies? Why? My best friend at the time was like, I don't know. And look, to be honest, although, you know what happened? We had like a junior leaders like club at that second pool, and we got to go to the movies for free because we like worked with the junior leaders. I don't know. We didn't even just that. We got that. We got popcorn, and we got bumper cars, all at the same place, all for free. I'm like, whoa, all included. Anyway, what are they gonna say? Yeah, so man, did I love Diary of a Kid, man. I read up to like the one with the technology where they're talking about technology and how her mother didn't want them to like have technology or something. Like, no, we're not gonna use technology for X amount of whatever. And he was like, you're out of your mind, lady. You're completely loony. You're absolutely bonkers, woman. You've gone clinically insane. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, so yeah. And they made like a few more after that. And I got up to a certain point. I have like the first like I want to say like first like 5 or 6. So yeah. I love it. I think kids read it. Although Greg is an asshole. Greg's a jerk and an asshole and a bum. So I don't know. Oh yeah. And he learns nothing ever. You think he's one of those people who like and nothing ever happens to him. There's no consequences, nothing. It's always like a bum. And then Rowley. Rowley's the character. You want to watch a good he makes the whole movie, but yeah. You want to watch a good review of it, go watch the watch the review by My Career Society of the 4 movies, because they watched all of them, right? And they did, right? Yeah, they watched all of them, and they actually have the opinion that the 4th one is actually not bad. People think it's horrible, and I remember being like, it's awful, and it's really not, because it's not like Spy Kids 4, where Spy Kids 4 is terrible. Spy Kids 4 is just a god awful mess. It's so bad. It's so god. It's so bad. It's so god awful. So bad. So bad. That's just horrible. But okay, but the fourth Tacoimposters Kid is actually it's a watchable movie. I would not say it's good, but I would not say it's bad either. For me, it's just kind of whatever. And so I'm like, eh. I remember watching it and being like, no, not good. Because they changed the cast. And Spy Kids 4 is just not watchable. Spy Kids. I got into on my own. My brother kind of liked it, but kind of didn't really care. And so for him, he was like, it's okay. I don't really care. They're just whatever. And I was like, no, these things are amazing. And he's like, whatever. So yeah. Yep. Man. Did I love Spy Kids? But yeah, Spy Kids is a great one. Tacoimposters Kid, good book series. Not so great movies. Spy Kids, pretty great movies. Oh yeah, some pretty great movies. Like, it goes in this order for me, at least. In order of best to worst. Number 2, The Lost Island of Dreams or something. Spy Kids 1, Spy Kids 3, and Spy Kids 4. And then they did a 5th, remake fairly recently, and I was like, this is not good. These are kind of terrible. Oh, well, from what I heard, I have no idea if they're actually any good, but yeah. Yeah, so, if it's any good, I had never watched it. And they made a Tacoimposters Kid, remake, and then a show, and then a whole thing with, Rowley, being a thing. He had a whole, storyline that he has the books on now, and it's weird, but anyway. So yeah, Spy Kids was great. Spy Kids 3 I always liked. I never really liked Spy Kids 1. That's something we got into with my best friend way back in the day. Spy Kids, yeah. But, yeah, I never really liked Spy Kids 1. I was like, it's okay. Spy Kids 2 is one of my favorite movies as a kid. Crazy stuff. And then Spy Kids 3 was just like, oh, this is good. I kind of knew it was kind of bad, but I was like, it's okay. It's not, terrible. It's good, to be honest. It's definitely good, but is it great? No, but it's good. It's good. But yeah. So Spy Kids is a great movie series. Oh, yeah. And then you got things like Home Alone, where Home Alone is just a full-on questionably, I'm sorry, but why did you ever, okay, in any way, shape, or form, ever do anything outside of the first 2 movies with Macaulay Culkin? Why were they ever, why did they do 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, not 7, but 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. Because, I'm sorry, but the rest are awful. They're so bad. So, okay, 1 is a masterpiece, right? 1 is great. 1 is so good. I like 2 better. I like the second one better. But I can see why some people don't like it, right? So, I can see why some people don't like it, right? Then you got the third one, which I liked as a kid. But it had nothing to do with the first one. It had no connection to it at all. Right? Then you got the fourth one, which pulls a Diary of a Wimpy Kid and goes, oh yes, we're going to connect it to the same thing, but have a completely different cast. And you go, that's not Kevin. No way. That's not Kevin McAllister. I'm sorry. No. And Buzz and Megan. No. Not at all. Yet, they want us to believe it is. Right? And then the fifth. No idea why you did anything. And it got to be Home Alone. Started to be because wasn't the whole point of it that you were left home alone rather than you were like stuck home alone. Like they didn't just leave you home alone. Sorry. I mean, left home alone like they forgot you rather than, okay, you're gonna be at home. I'm going to work now. No, I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Then the rest of them, I don't even know. The new ones, and although the one where apparently you were filmed in Montreal, so anyway. Then the other thing I thought about, if we're talking about Christmas movies, was I thought to myself one day, who decided that snowmen were exclusively Christmas? Not winter, Christmas, exclusively Christmas. Because think about it, right? Reindeer, sure, makes sense. Angels, right? Angels, sure, maybe. I get it. I get why. No, not exclusively Christmas, but I can see why you really only associate them with Christmas, right? Well, Santa Claus, elves, what else? Like Christmas trees, sure, makes sense. Makes 100% sense to me. The thing is, right? Where did snowmen? You can't do anything else. It's only Christmas, never any other time of year. So I was thinking, like, because if you think about, because look, okay, if you've ever seen Frosty the Snowman 2 with John Goodman, right, as Frosty, right, he does, so he does a movie where he does a Frosty Snowman movie where it's not set at Christmas time. The subsequent ones, I think there's 4. So I think there's I think there's 4 Frosty movies, and the second one is just nothing to do with Christmas. It's set in February or something. It's set in February or something. I don't know. Has nothing to do with Christmas. It's not even close. It's just winter carnival. It's just whatever. And they're trying to get rid of snow. Not because it's Christmas time. Just because, It just kind of is whatever. I'm like, what? As in well, there you go. It has nothing to do with Christmas. Why can't we just have more movies? Also, winter movies don't really exist. Winter in quotes, right? Doesn't really exist, right? In air quotes, They don't really exist. They don't exist. It's weird. It's only Christmas is winter is Christmas. That's it. With Hollywood, it's winter is Christmas and that's it. There's no such thing as winter outside of Christmas. Anyway. So yeah. Going back to the game the video games that I liked as a kid. I have the Zelda Game & Watch, the new one. The Mario one I thought was a useless waste of money. At least the Zelda one, because the thing that was baffling to people and blew their minds, okay, wait a sec, why don't you have Mario 2 or Mario 3 or something? No, it's Mario 1 and Mario the Lost Levels. Mario 2, the Lost Levels. In Zelda, it's Zelda 1, Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, or Link's Adventure, whatever it's called, and 4, Link's Awakening. Because it would have been a little bit too powerful to have to do Link to the Past, which is the third one. But hey, I'm happy with it. I'm fine with it. I don't care. My thing was, I'm good with it. My thing was that the Mario one's almost a waste of money. Unless you can find it really cheap. Nah, still $50, $60. I think I paid it's either 60, 70 or it might have been $80, man. But I didn't get it. I got it for my birthday. That's all I wanted for my birthday that year. And I finally beat all 3 games. I haven't beaten the second quest of Zelda 1 yet. But other than that, I beat all of them eventually. It's actually pretty good. I like it. Honestly, to be honest, I like it. I think it's a decent thing to own as a collectible. It's not a very good thing, but as a collectible, it's great. The one thing I regret is I followed the Retro Future Elliot's video on his tutorial on adding a headphone jack, and I'm like, it makes it way too quiet, and almost never, ever use a headphone jack. I thought I would, like him. He probably uses it all the time whenever he uses it. I almost never do it. So for me, it's like, oh, this is stupid to me. Like, I was a dumb thing. But anyway, I tried just selling it to people and nobody wants it, so. At least not that I could tell. But, yeah, so. Look, I don't really think the Mario one's very good. I don't really care for it at all. The other one's decent to buy if you can find it cheap. And everything else, in my opinion, should have one. Other things should have one. You know? Other things should have a Kirby or Metroid or, I don't know, Kid Icarus or, I don't know, something like, Yoshi or, I don't know, just, you know what I mean? Like, some other thing should have it. Come on, it's not hard. People have hacked it to add all these other games to these things, so, not that it's easy to do that, it's not at all, but, hey. You have to get, like, down to the pins and down to the board, and it's a whole bunch. You have to get into, like, the what do you call them? Test pins and all. Oh, it's a whole bunch of malarkey, but anyway. So that's that. And yeah, so, I don't know. Man. Yeah. So yeah, I've been thinking about recently. This is the first one I've done in 2025. So, first first podcast I've done in 25. Podcast episode in 25, so it's, pretty interesting. I think it's the first thing, but yeah. So yeah, I mean, what do you call it? What am I going to say? Yeah, so I don't know if I'm going to do too many in 2025 because I'm realizing that nobody really listens to these things. So I might just stop stop making these, or making them as frequently. I'm not going to do, I think it was last summer, I was so ahead of myself. I was like, something ridiculous, like, not even joking, at one point, it was probably like 12 to 15 weeks ahead. Probably like, yeah, I might have had, not even joking, 6 months ahead. Not joking. Because it's once a week, right? So it was like either 12 or 15. No, sorry. 20, 20, maybe 24. Like, I'm not joking. It was that crazy. I don't know why I had it so much ahead, but yeah. But yeah, so that's what I've been doing recently. So yeah. Or thinking about recently, so I don't know if I'm even going to continue this at all. Because nobody really listens to it. But, I'll keep going just because I like it and I think it's good. I used to put them on YouTube as a video podcast, and then I realized the video podcast is kind of useless. Let me just put it as a RSS feed. Because they allow you to have a section on your... Although it gets shoved into my other videos, but that's fine. My other, like, normal videos. They should be separated, but okay, whatever. But my podcast gets put in... Because they have a section that says, would you like to add a podcast? And so you'd add your RSS feed from whatever it was, whether it was, Snapchat, Spotify, Apple iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcast, or YouTube Podcast, YouTube Music, whatever it was. I use what used to be called Anchor, but now it's called like Spotify for podcasters, I think. And so, yeah, so I have it on my YouTube channel just as a audio podcast, not a video podcast. So yeah. I mean, some of them still exist as video podcasts way back. Like 2022, I want to say. 2022. So, yeah, so that's what I've been thinking about. I think that's going to be it for now, guys. So, if you want to get in touch with me, there's always, link in the description, there will be the email, which is tacoimposters@gmail.com. That's tacoimposters@gmail.com. There's the 2 Discords. There's, if you want, there's my, what is the third thing I have to do? There's a merchandise. Oh, I'm forgetting something, aren't I? There's Tacoimposters, the two Discord servers. I'm forgetting something. I'm sure. I haven't done this in so long. There's um the music, the merchandise. I have 360 virtual tour service if you'd like that. Please. Okay. One thing I'd like to get done this year is starting my stupid virtual tour service because I've been like sitting here for like 2 years. This will be the second year of me being like, I want to start a virtual tour service. I want to start a virtual tour service because so many people, like at least three, if not more, have told me you can do this. Just do it right. You can do this. Just do it right. You can do it. Just do it right. Because I know a friend, and she's not my friend anymore. It's a complicated relationship. That's a different story for a different time. But she told me, oh yeah, you can do this because she's a videographer. She's a professional. Yeah, professional if we're using the term by the definition, paid to do something, not expert at something. Because I looked into the dictionary once. It was either the Webster Dictionary or the Merriam-Webster or the Oxford English Dictionary, and it was okay. And it was one of the definitions was a professional paid to do something, paid to stare at the walls. Yes, paid to watch paint dry. You're a professional paint dry watcher. Paint watcher. I don't know. Paid to read books. Paid to make signs. Paid to lick paint. Paid to lick the paws of dogs. I don't know. You know what I mean? Paid to shake hands and kiss babies. I don't know. You know what I mean? That's what definition of like professional. That's why I say she's a quote unquote professional because she is paid to make videos. Anyway, because she does that, I'm like, she had a little bit of stuff to do with that kind of like videography and like photography and that kind of stuff. She was going to CJEP for in that whole like art and video and that kind of media, and she realized what a stupid waste of my time. Two things. One was she wasn't learning too much. Two, she wasn't. She already had clients by the time she realized it was a waste of my time. And three, it was she had to do a bunch of like other classes that were a waste of her time. She's like, could I just do what I wanted to do? Because to her, school was this thing of you should go to what you want to do, right? So you don't waste your time doing all these other things that are useless. Because to her, she was like, hey, look, okay, why am I doing these like current events type of classes when I could just learn all that stuff, by watching the news and talking to people? Like, what the heck? I don't need this. This is ridiculous, useless waste of my time. And so she's like, I already have clients. I'm just gonna drop out and start my own, like, media company. And I'm like, cool, good. Do that. She did, and she haven't looked back since, as far as I can tell, as far as I know. I might be wrong, but as far as I know, she has not looked back. Now she doesn't talk to me anymore. So that's a story for another time. So I don't know what she's doing now, but definitely thought this is ridiculous use. That's what. Okay, for a lot of things, I think university or college is a useless waste of money. And I have this idea that the only thing that we're going to go to college for like a long time is doctor, lawyer, and engineer. And then even the doctor, or even the engineer and the lawyer, you're going to be like, you can just go learn that on your own. As long as you pass some sort of test, the bar exam or whatever, right? As long as you pass the bar exam as a lawyer or some exam as a engineer, like to prove you know what you're doing, prove you've learned something, prove you know your stuff, then yeah, you can be an engineer. The doctor is going to sit for the longest time because we're not going to trust someone who hasn't gone to medical school for a long time. But even that, I feel like we're going to be like, eventually, if you know your stuff, what's the difference, right? Because my friend said that. It's like, we're going to get to the point. I knew somebody who said, we're going to get to the point where people are not even going to care whether you have a piece of paper that says you know this information or you actually know it. Or you just know it. Like, you didn't go to school for it. So, for me, I agree with him in the sense that I think university is a waste of time in the sense that, especially for arts stuff, you can learn how to draw, you can learn how to paint, you can learn how to make videos, you can learn how to edit, you can learn how to be a graphic designer, you can learn how to do almost any of those art school degrees on your own. I'm not saying going to school is a waste of your time. I'm just saying, and money, but really, you think that we're going to, I don't know. Look, in my opinion, we're going to get to the point where school is a useless waste of, well, no, it's going to be like, people are going to realize, oh, I don't need a piece of paper that tells me I graduated. Because, like, the thing that people say about college, university is that, like, oh, well, it gets you to know that you are going to be faithfully on time every day for 4 years and you're going to be a good student. It's like, no. Because I think it was Kevin O'Leary who said something to the effect of, I don't care if they went to college. If they know their stuff, they know their stuff. Yeah, but, or he was trying to argue that the opposite, where, oh, I wanted to go to college because it was this, and this. And the other guy was like, no, this is stupid. I don't remember. Because he was in an interview, but yeah. So, yeah, I mean, what are they going to say? Yeah, so I just think we're going to get to the point where college will be such a useless thing where it'll be like, whatever, right? Not that I care, and not that I think it's going to happen anytime soon. This is way after our lifetimes. My lifetime, or anybody else's lifetime. Anybody on this planet, everybody that you knew on this planet will be dead by the time we actually get to that point. Because I think we have to, like, surpass the idea that, like, oh, you went to college? You wasted your time at college? Oh, are you one of those college people? Who cares? Who cares? I don't care, Or it'll be things that they want to start that are businesses that are just like, well, wait a sec. There's no degree in being a fill in the blank. No, there's no. You can't get the degree in influencer. You can't get the degree in 360 photographer. You can't get the degree in XYZ, right? Fill in the blank, some random thing, That's like something you can get paid for nowadays, but isn't necessarily a like, what do you call it? What do you call it when you have someone have their what was your industry, whatever, right? There's nothing for that. So yeah, I'm just saying that the girl figured out that. I'm like, okay, good. I don't have to go to college. She's like, no. She's saying, she said, hey, don't get me wrong. Being educated is important. But do you need to do that in college? That's up to you, and I think no. Or CJEP, I think no. I don't necessarily think it's useful to everybody. Definitely certain people, and definitely certain degrees, and definitely certain things is, I'm going to say, useless almost. That's what she said, okay? These are her words, not mine. And I kind of agree with her in the sense that, yeah, there's some degrees where it's like, don't bother going to college if you're going to go do any of the art, a lot of the art stuff that you can just learn on your own. Certain things can be self-taught, other things you need to actually go to school to learn. At this point, we're not self-teaching. Again, like I said, we're not self-teaching ourselves medical stuff or lawyer or business or engineering stuff. We are definitely going to need to go to school for that. But there's other things like, yeah, okay. There's other things where it's like, you can teach yourself how to draw. You can teach yourself how to play an instrument. You can teach yourself how to whatever, right? So yeah. I mean, look, I just think that we're going to get to the point where people aren't going to really care if you have a piece of paper or not. Good, you went to college for what? A piece of paper? Like, seriously. Not saying it's useless. I'm just saying that at this point or there will come a point where colleges will be obsolete in the sense that, like, it'll be very specific, very niche things, and you will have to really, like, because look, I'm staring at a book right now called The Portable Film School. Everything you can learn in a classroom without going to a class. Something like that, right? Let me look and see what it's called. I'm gonna go get the book just quickly. It's called. What's the subtitle for this book? Ooh, whichever. I probably should read it because I was, told I told people, hey, hold me accountable to read it, but it's called For Screenwriters and Filmmakers: The Portable Film School: Everything You'd Learn in a Classroom Without Ever Going to Class. Sorry, Everything You'd Learn learn in film school without ever going to class, by D.B. Gillies, author of The Screenwriter Within. I should read this because I want to do a documentary, and I told that friend, the girl. She was like, I was like, yes, I want to do a documentary. And she's like, you can do it. I think you can do it. Something there, damn you, son of a bitch. Anyway, sorry, think of something else. Don't worry about it. But yeah, so for me, I feel like this book shows. This guy said, because I have another book called The Guerrilla Film School, I think it's called, and it's basically a book that's kind of saying, hey, do you need to go to film school? And to me, I don't think you do. I really don't think you do. But some of them are saying, well, yeah, there's other reasons it's useful. You can learn some other stuff. You can use a lot of equipment that your university will have rather than, you won't have a camera necessarily. And it's like, yeah. But that was also in like 2004 when, nobody had film stuff, but everybody, their mother has film equipment now. Get a phone, get a Rode microphone, get like a lav lapel mic to like that goes to like USB or something, USB-C or something, and you'll be fine. Like, and get some cheap lights. Like, it's not hard to do cheap tripods, and it's not hard to make a movie nowadays. It's not hard to make content nowadays. It's not hard to make a video nowadays. This book says no, you don't have to, and this book was written in, I think, also around like 2004 or something, right? Something like that, 2005 or something. 2005, there you go. He talks about a bunch of like things. He's like, yeah, you don't need to go to film school for any of it. You don't have to go to film school to learn how to like do anything. The name of a movie I wanted to make was called The Secret of the End. Don't ask me why I called it that. I wanted one of those weird The Perks of Being a Wildflower, or what's the one with Jim Carrey called? The Okay Google. Okay Google, Jim Carrey movies.
Jim Carrey is a very popular actor with a long and successful career. He is known for his slapstick comedy and expressive facial expressions. Here are some of his most popular movies: The Mask. While Jim Carrey is primarily known for his comedic roles, he has taken on some dramatic roles as well. It's possible the movie you're thinking of is one of these. The Majestic,
Nope.
2001. This film follows a blacklisted screenwriter in the 1950s.
Eternal Sunshine. That's it. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So I'm thinking of either The Perks of Being. I wanted to name like A Perks of Being a Wildflower or Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. They just kind of like really bizarre, terrible. Well, also when I started writing that movie, which I wrote like half a page of it, never went anywhere with it. But yeah, I wrote more of my book than I did of my movie. But anyway, but in like 2019, something like that. AI wasn't really a thing yet, and so for a lot of it, it was very much just I was writing it myself. I was going with like random like name generators, because before AI, a bunch of random name generators were a thing, and so for me, I just used a bunch of random name generators. But yeah, yeah. Now I just ask AI for everything. I ask either ChatGPT or Gemini or Google or Bing AIs, whatever. So yeah. But yeah, I don't think we need, especially film school, you don't need to know how to make content on film. So there's people like Ryan Trahan and people like that who just, they know how to make stuff without ever going to, I don't know, actually, I don't know for a fact if he never went to film school, but I know that he's not really like trained in any way, really. But yeah, so in my opinion, this book I should read to get into, because I want to make a I think I might have said this before either here or on my stream. I want to make a documentary about Earth, not Earthbound. Earthworld. No, sorry, Sword Quest. The Sword Quest game's on because I want to get down to the bottom of where are the prizes for the Earth for the Sword Quest games. Earthworld, Fireworld, Waterworld, and Skyworld. I know one doesn't exist, and Waterworld is like a mail-in only, and it was very expensive, and nobody really got it, and very rare. And the last one was not completed, so they have like bits and pieces of it, but never was released. But anyway, I want to know, and I thought of starting this like 2022, I think. So yeah, in my opinion, should read this right here. I should read this, but yeah, in my opinion, I think that's a thing that people would want. I've told people about it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, okay." I've told 3 people, plus my father, who was helping me write it. I have it on my computer. Actually, I have the actual like most up to date script. Okay, it blew my mind what I wrote about the first one. I can, like, it's so blew my mind what I had written for it. So crazy stuff. But yeah, I have it. So on my old Macintosh, iBook G4. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, so I want to do that. I really, really, really want to do that. And I don't think I need to go to film school to learn that. Also, I'm not the greatest editor, but I do have some editing skills, so I don't do anything technically crazy. I'm no Terran von Hemer. Is that his name? That guy. That guy makes 4-hour things on like, oh my gosh, the craziest stuff ever. Oh my gosh, he just had cuts. He just had cuts for one episode. You know? No, sorry, not cuts. But transition. He had transitions for one whole episode. And it was like 4 hours. I'm like, oh my god, this is insane. He had how to edit. Like He had the basics of how to edit. And I use DaVinci Resolve because I want free. So anyway, I'm gonna go download DaVinci Resolve again because I want to make a YouTube video and I want to make a YouTube video and I want to edit it. I had an editor and the guy's not great at what he does, but that's because he has is it ADHD, ADD? One of those dyslexia, something like that. One of those neuro. I might have a autism or Asperger's or something like that. I don't know, but yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna re-download it again. But yeah, for me, I don't think I need to go to film school for it. It's not crazy. So anyway, let me go download it again. So again, I think it's gonna be it for now, guys, because I gotta get out of here, or else it'll be like freaking bajillion hours long. It'll be like 3 hours, 2 hours long if I don't watch it. But yeah, I think that's gonna be it for now, guys. So adios, mi amigos.